All right, let's do it. First draft with these Titans. A lot of potential here. A lot of potential to do well, but to also screw it up. I'm not worried about the video because we get it every time. Again, actually, we have the 10th overall pick, not at number 11. We're at pick number 10. So we do have a top 10 pick after all. We know there's no chance in hell of us trading up, right? The value is just going to be too high. Can't wait to hear Goodell's voice. Boy, I know you already know, Deeds, but LOL. Are we renaming prospects? I don't know yet, because I feel like it might be worth taking a break. You know? Because we did it for a while. Ball State, right? All right. I don't think there's really anybody I want to immediately trade here, to be honest. So, let's see. We know a couple of names we wanted to keep an eye out on. Brackens does go first overall. Again, this screen sucks because Goodell literally says nothing. They didn't even program him being like, welcome everybody to the NFL draft. Like, so tacked on. I'm so disappointed. Such a fucking EA thing to do. But that linebacker Brackens does go first overall. Again, we scouted him just in case he fell to us. Again, in the top 10, it doesn't even give you the screen being like, hey, here's how good he actually was. I don't know if that is due to the draft setup. I just put draft presentation unlimited. Can I do that? Washington at 2. Okay, limited's much better. They take Mitch Hayward, defensive end out of Texas. Yeah, like, fuck Goodell. Fuck Goodell. Like, it's not even worth it. It's better to get the fucking information on screen. The Giants at 3 take the quarterback Cameron Covington out of Purdue. Daniel Jones, your time's up. Again, there was no way we were trading up for him, though. It identified him as a first-round talent, not a top 5. Tampa at 4 take Portis, corner. Jarvis Portis out of Wake Forest. He does look like he's pretty damn good. A zone, A tackling. We did have our eyes on him. Limited is much better. Get shit on EA. The Cardinals at 5 take Nix, the defensive end we had our eye on. Dalvin Nix. Okay. That's all right. Seahawks at 6. Reggie Whitley, the offensive tackle. They took him a little bit early, identified him as a good player. We didn't need him. That's actually good news for us. Vikings at 7 take cornerback Marcel Watts, who also looked like he could be pretty good. Man and zone, both a B and press. The Patriots at 8. So the guy who made those CFL rosters for college football is doing it in Madden, really getting harder. Console, that's fair. Black Friday is probably your time, man. Get them discounted. Patriots take Matt Kelly. And Pierre Forbes goes to the Cards. Okay, so Kelly didn't make it to us. We're at pick number 10. Let's see what we have here. On the board for us, by rank, there's a bunch of offensive tackles. The quarterback, Archer. A safety in Gillislee that we haven't really looked at yet. That is a position of need. What does Gillislee look like? 5'9", 23 years old out of LSU. Is fast as hell, has great jumping, okay-ish strength. Inuyasha, what's going on? What are this guy's skills? Good play recognition. Zone coverage is mid. We do need a right tackle, but it's not the biggest need in the world. I don't trust that zone coverage for Gillislee. I mean, we could technically move him to corner, but corner's not a need. Anybody else projected in the first round? Because, I mean, there are a lot of these tackles, but again, even if we were to take a tackle, we don't know enough about these guys. I'd trade down if that was the strategy. Defensive tackle, Jamal McCollum. 23-year-old run stopper out of Washington. Does have good strength, decent speed for a DT. Finesse moves aren't great. Power moves aren't great either. A lack of power moves at defensive tackle concerns me. I think he's strong, but not rounded, well-rounded enough. Kelvin Newman as a corner. Oh, Wheels, it means he's a bust. Projected first round, but the talent's bad. It just means he's a bust. And again, we're going to be looking at a lot here, so bear with me. Kelvin Newman, 21 years old, out of Ohio State, way too slow to play corner. Doesn't really have the agility to play safety. He does have the strength and the jumping. B in zone coverage, decent catching, only a C in tackle. Awareness, that guy's too much of a risk. And then the other corner. And I just want to look at guys that are projected around this time, and then we're going to take a look at the talent sorting. Harry Whitaker, corner out of Clemson, another 5'10" option. Say no to that immediately. So in terms of guys that our scouts have identified, Stapleton is the only one dead set first round as a defensive end, which is a position of need. Our scouts have not found much in terms of dead set first round talent, so we're going to kind of be on our own in this draft. 21 years old, out of Texas. Decent mobility, decent strength. He performed worse on his pro day. Block shedding's a bit meh, but he has the power moves. His stamina's low, but he's a big boy. Injury's a D. Does have good tackling. I mean, in theory, as a defensive end, he's not bad as a power edge rusher. It's not bad. Is he like this dead set killer? I don't know about that. But from what we know of, he is the best player available unless we were to go for a lineman. Which, again, we have some younger linemen that we're still trying to see if they can develop up. I don't think it's the biggest issue in the world. I do think looking at a trade down might not be the worst idea. We have to at least see what offers are out there for the 10th overall. Texans offering us their next 2 first-round picks outside of this year. A 3rd, 4th, and a 6th. Vikings offering us a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th. The Vikings offering us nearly a full draft class over the next 2 years. Seahawks, their first in 2026, 38th overall pick this year, and then 2 5ths. Saints offering us pick number 20. That might be a bit too far down. 10 picks? Would that guy survive 10 picks? Tommy is offering us futures. Raiders, a 6th and a 7th to move down 4 spots. That's not a ton. Eagles offering us the 28th pick. That's probably too far. And a 1st rounder. And, ooh, the Dolphins, 8 spots. But a 3rd, 5th, and 2 7ths. Shit. I mean, we don't want to entirely trade out of the 1st round. We want to try to get that guy. The question is whether or not we think that guy would be available at 18. Or 20, I should. Yeah, by 18. And then the Raiders at 14. Is it worth risking this guy for a 6th and a 7th? The answer is no. I mean, if he were to be available at 18 and we get those picks, like, that's the risk reward. He is mocked to go in the, actually, what was the mock? That Dolphins pick is interesting. Definitely interesting. He's projected first to second round, but is a first round talent. Could be worth the risk to make that play with the Dolphins. Could be worth it. That's a decent little haul. He's ranked 27th. One more look at his abilities here. Has the power moves, has the tackling. I mean, left end isn't the biggest need in the world. When you talk about linebackers, we could potentially move down. Has good awareness, has the power move, stamina and injury are concerns, obviously. His finesse and block shedding is not even that bad, and he's a good tackler. If we don't take him, then you're talking about risking it for some other people that we don't have a ton of information about. 55-year-old uncle, he really does. That trade back is concerning, but also trading back saves us money long term. That would save us some money. You could argue, do we need to worry about saving money? But CNC, it's Madden, man. It's Madden, for better or worse. One more look at that Dolphins offer. Pick number 18. We'd get a 5th and a 7th this year. 3rd and a 7th next year. Move down 8 spots. There is a chance this backfires. I need to check a couple of teams. Detroit, Houston, LA, Vegas, the other LA, Indy, Cleveland, and Miami. What are your defined team needs? According to this fucking game, what are your team needs? Chargers need a left end. Lions need a left end. Oh, shit. Raiders do not. Rams do not. Texans do not. Dolphins need a right end. But they're also having cap issues. They might not be able to trade up. Yeah, I don't think we can get away with the trade down. It's either we take this guy at 10, or we make the play for Houston's next 2 first-round picks, especially after they missed the playoffs this year. That is the new decision to make. We're not going to take the Miami deal. Do we get this haul from Houston, or do we believe that that defensive end is the guy? Two first, a third this year, and then a 4th and a 6th as well in 2027. I'm willing to let chat vote on this one too, to be honest. Chat, your options. I'm going to let you pick here. I'm going to let you pick. We have a choice. We can trade away the 10th overall pick to Houston for 2 future firsts. Or, again, we'll have a poll up for this in a second. We can take the Houston trade. Or, we can take, according to our scouts, the best guy left that we fully know about in this draft. The 21-year-old out of Texas, Curtis Stapleton, who would address a need on the defensive line. His combine was better than his pro day. He looks strong. He looks agile. He looks fast. Block shedding and finesse moves aren't great, but A, power moves, A, awareness, A, tackling. Some concerns about stamina and injury, but he's also a big boy, so that is the question. Do we take the Houston trade, or do we draft Stapleton? What do we do? What is the consensus? Do we believe in Stapleton? There's pretty much no chance we could trade down to 18th. It's pretty much guaranteed somebody would take him before that. So it's either we take this guy right now at 10, or we do that trade with Houston for 2 future first-round picks plus. It's almost a dead even poll right now, too, which doesn't surprise me. Which does go to show that based on what we know right now, hindsight 2 minutes from now, who the fuck knows what happens. Based on what we know right now, though, we can't really go wrong. It's clear that there's an argument in favor of either side. It's clear that there's an argument either way. But odds are, based off of defensive ends available, someone would take him early. By 1 vote, Houston got the win. And I think I'm going to honor that. Vegas was the 14th, but it was only a 6th and a 7th. It was only a 6th and a 7th to take the Raider deal. At that point, it wouldn't be worth it. It's tough. I mean, we do got to remember that the Texans picked 12th this year. You know, they did not have a very good year. They fired DeMeco Ryans. I'm going to honor it. I will honor chat's decision because I think I can make it work either way. We're going to trade the 10th overall pick to Houston for 2 future firsts, a 3rd, 4th, and 6th. Done deal.
The current pick.
I will honor chat's decision. The Texans at 10 select left tackle Devin Walker. Detroit at 11 take a tackle Lucas Stevens. We might not be done here, chat. Houston at 12 take a center Johnny Hall. Rams at 13 cornerback Kerry Whitaker. Raiders at 14 corner Kelvin Newman. Interesting. A lot of players on the board before Stapleton. Chargers at 15 take defensive tackle Jamal McCollum. Colts at 16 defensive tackle Calvin Ashmore. Browns at 17 wide receiver Spencer Warner. Let's go talk to Miami. Turns out we would have made it to Miami. Then again, they might have taken him at 10. right? If that's a player they've identified that they really want. That 18th pick, what would it take? Our next 2 first rounders. Fuck. The 2 Houston firsts, 2 seconds, and a 5th. Woo, that's pricey. That is pricey. All right, well, we're not doing that. We're not doing that unless we decided to, like, really take a hit and, like, be like, hey, L'Jarius Sneed, or something like that. But, again, we don't want to immediately get rid of those contracts. I want to kind of honor them, at least for a bit longer. It is true that Miami needs guards and that there's O-linemen on the board. Miami at 18. Take tackle Percy Sims. We should have taken the Miami trade. Atlanta at 19. Take Stapleton. Stapleton is a Falcon. It turns out we would have been able to take that Miami deal. And we would have been okay. So Stapleton's off the board. We pretty much know now that we're not going to trade back into the first round. Keep Atlanta in mind. We're just going to sim to our next pick and see where we're at. That is pick number 42. As we elected to go full Belichick in this draft and traded out of the first round entirely. So let's take a look.
I'm just trying to walk through this.
Got the J Silent 6-time Pats 2 Dynasty. I think I found a friend, chat. Jay, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, man. Quarterback position, nobody anytime soon. We talked about that, at least based off of what we know. Nobody anytime soon, unless somehow like Russo was insane or something like that. I mean, we definitely wouldn't take him this early or anything like that, so. Yeah. Really quickly. Running backs, there are 2 guys that are still there. But we don't need running backs anyway. I mean, I'd have to make sure those guys were insane. Wideouts, we talked about a younger player. It's not a huge need. But shits and giggles. Richard Garrard. Round 1 to 2. As was Gregory Samuel. Again, this isn't a huge need, but I'm just intrigued if either of these guys are, like, massively talented. 21 years old, 6'2", 231. Good strength and vert, but his mobility... I mean, he ran a 4.46. That's not brutal. Awareness should be half decent. Catching traffic, catching not bad. Deep route running kind of sucks. He's a good run blocker. I mean, Christ, he kind of lines up better as a tight end. That's not good enough to make me go, holy shit, we can't miss this guy, though. And then what about Gregory Samuel? You cannot upload a draft class for NCAA. Guy is a true slot option. Has the agility, not quite the super high-end speed. That catch isn't great. He's okay, but yeah, he's not crazy. We're not worried about anybody tight end position, as that's not a need. So defensive ends from here. There was pretty much nobody that we were dead set on based on attributes. Yeah, there's nobody else there. How about that right side? A couple of guys who were projected day 3. Including Sims. A lot of C's for the grades. Nobody there really jumping off the page either. Then defensive tackles. Not too many guys that are projected to be super high up there. A couple of A's, a couple of C's there. That's a couple of A's, but a couple of D's, so it offsets. Well, the problem is, I mean, I'm looking at defensive tackles because, you know, obviously we're you know, going to be reworking the defensive line and linebacker core overall. Ooh, Woodley and Wheatley are both still on the board. So was Mac. Hello. Hello. So the talented left outside linebackers are still available. We'll be going back there in a second. Middle linebacker. Honestly, Juan Zimmerman doesn't even look that bad either. Okay. We know that there's players at the linebacker position, which could be the defensive end help that we need. What about in the secondary? What about in the secondary? Not too many players that are great at man coverage with great awareness. Eh. For the safeties, decent man coverage. Javon Nicholas looks like he could be pretty solid. Same with Derek Upshaw. And strong safety side. A little bit hit or miss with Eric Flowers. That guy's probably more of a linebacker, if we're being honest. I think there's no doubt we're looking at the linebacker position here for best available. I mean, Wheatley and Woodley. Ricky Woodley, 22 years old, out of Florida. Not the fastest, not the strongest. All right, so his physicals aren't great. I'm going to tackling. There's a lot up in the air for him. He's a bit of a risk. Wheatley, though, 21 out of Clemson. Again, physical's not the best. Skills are a little bit more locked in. Power play recognition, the tackling. Block shedding's decent. If his finesse and power moves are C's, he could be a lineman. We're definitely looking at someone like Wheatley here. This is our next pick after this. We don't have another pick until the next round, so this would definitely be the time to take somebody here. And I think we know who that's going to be. I don't think we want to risk it. It's going to be a while before Wheatley's off the board, but you can kind of see here how the AI... Well, they haven't reached that badly in a bit. If there's a minimal trade down, it's worth it, but only if it's a minimal trade down. The Browns pick 49. Or pick 42. More minimal than that. Have a pick more minimal than that. 52. 46, but nothing else. Fuck. 53. 60. Number 50. 48. Only to add a 6 and a 7. Not worth the risk. Not worth it. All right. Let's take a chance here. Let's take a chance. This linebacker, Stanley Wheatley out of Clemson. A little bit boomer bust in some ways, but he's our guy. Stanley. Stanley. Stan the man. All right. We're looking at a safety that we need to draft at some point. 8th in true value, and we got him at 42. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hello. Hello. Normal dev, though? No way. How is he 8th in true value, but only normal dev? Well, still, that's good for a second-round pick. He'll have a high overall, but the normal dev's a bummer. 8th in true value, but normal dev. At least we got him in the second round. That's not bad. Not quite a home run, but at least his rating will be good. There's no way that we are trading up here because of costs. We got this pick at 76 and then number 96 afterwards. Let's see what we got here. So who's still on the board? First and foremost, at quarterback. I mean, Russo's still there. Just want to look, because if we were to take a quarterback, this guy's not going to be it, is he? Not at all. F awareness. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Levis going to fullback. Wideout wasn't a huge need. It is true that Greg Samuel is still there. Our scouts identified him as first to second round talent. And he is still there. So that could be a project option to pick. If our scouts are right. Vernon, I will. Indeed. So again, his route running sucks. He is, or at least deep route. Like, he is a pure slot option. Like, his high end speed is not amazing. It's just he's got good side to side lateral mobility, and he does have good hands. He's also a decent run blocker. Like, he is a pure slot receiver. That's it. So, RPO specialist, right? Really quickly, shits and giggles. We didn't have anybody there. We didn't have anybody there. Tight ends, anybody that our scouts are super pumped about? No. What about on the O-line? Probably not. Just worth checking really quickly. Then back to need. Nobody that our scouts are super pumped about here. Right inside. Wasn't anybody we were super pumped about there either, my recollection. Defensive tackle. We had a slight need for depth. Anthony is still there. Let's board down a bit. That's all we need to know. Good tackling, good play recognition, good awareness, but he doesn't have the moves that he needs otherwise. Good play recognition and finesse moves, but he can't tackle. Just scheme fit matter at the moment for us, not much, because we haven't decided what our long-term schemes are going to be. There's this guy down at the bottom, and Antoine Shepard, that we could look at later. Linebackers. Jalen Sullivan and Joe Harvey are both still there. Let's drop the board down to this. So again, Sullivan, very boomer bust player. Would be a middle linebacker. 22 years old out of Washington. He does have good mobility. I mean, as a coverage linebacker, he could be pretty damn good. He could be pretty damn good. So it's him, it's him and Samuel. Who else is there? Projected to be drafted soon. A little bit too boomer bust for some of these other guys. 2 B's guaranteed there, compared to Sullivan, who has an A guaranteed. 2 B's guaranteed tackling and pursuit for Brennan. Anything else, though, the ranges are a little bit rough. There's this guy here, Ramon Bowden. Also looking kind of decent. Craig, it is out now, yeah. 23-year-old out of Florida Atlantic. Not the fastest, not the strongest. Sullivan's not bad. Middle linebackers. Just to see what we have here. Jeremy Williams is an interesting one. He is an interesting one. Larry Jensen. Also not bad. A lot of day 3 projections. Look at Williams and Jensen really quickly. Larry out of old Georgia, 21 years old. Good mobility. Really good mobility. Good awareness, good man coverage. He would also be... He'd be a coverage option as well. I'm noticing a trend amongst the linebackers for coverage options. And then Jeremy Williams, 22 out of Louisville. Really good mobility for him. Zone, good catching, good man coverage, good hit power. Christ, he could even be a safety. Really could be. We got 3 linebackers in the mix so far who would all be good at coverage. And then right side, freaking linebacker options continue. DeMar Cohen again would be a coverage option. Lance Phillips would be a coverage option. Take a look at Cohen's numbers. 21 years old at the Penn State. Fast. Good pursuit. Not a rusher at all. Good man coverage. Yeah, we are just... It's just the year of coverage linebackers. What the hell? Well, it makes the decision to take that wide out pretty easy because there's a shitload of linebackers that fit the bill. Phillips, fast as hell. A zone coverage, a catching. All that money spent on a linebacker, too. Well, it does mean, though, that we have options to move the linebackers that we currently have around, potentially to move people to the secondary, which we did need a safety. So, speaking of which, the secondary really quickly. Scouts know of anybody too crazy. Guy's at least good at man. He doesn't have the best pressing, the best awareness. He can tackle and block shed, though, which, What am I going to do? Blitz you every game as a corner? There's nobody there at corner I'm overly impressed by. What about its safety? Guy's got a B in zone cover. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think we'll be moving a linebacker to safety. Okay. Well, just based off of pure availability, we're going to go for Samuel here and trust our scouts. We'll get him as a slot wide out. So that will kind of address that particular option. Unless there's a crazy trade available, but can't imagine it. Worth looking, given that we're in the 3rd round. Is there any type of trade available that might be worth it? All the way down to pick 84, a 7th and a 6th. Pick 95 would fetch us an extra 4th. Pick 82 would get us a 6th. I think we just take him. All right, let's take Samuel. Take that wide out, and then we'll be looking at some linebackers later on. Let's hope our scouts are right about Gregory Samuel. That leaves us a potential quarterback, fullback, among other positions. All right. There he is, Mr. Samuel. You fell all the way to the 3rd round for us. 31st in true value. We get him at 76. Normal dev again. But he is he's much faster than was advertised. Much faster than was advertised. He will be a good slot option for us. But yeah, unfortunately, not the high-end steal I was hoping for. We do have another pick here in the 3rd round. Russo's off the board at quarterback, even though I didn't want him. Fair amount of the linebackers are still there. Cohen is off the board, as is Lance Phillips. Okay, how many of those linebackers are still there? We have Sullivan on the left. Sullivan's gone. Middle. Oh, shit. Did all the linebackers go? Well, that's unlucky. Every single other linebacker we were looking at is gone. Every single one of them. Well, it's a good thing we took a linebacker in the 1st round then, technically. Right. So this puts us into a really awkward situation now. Trying to figure out just what the hell we're going to do here. We sort by talents. Apparently Nick Allen was around 2 to 3. Also as a wideout. Not that we need him, but just to take a look. His catching traffic sucks as a playmaker. Not overly fast. Sucks. Okay. Well, I don't think we need to risk a 3rd round pick for just randomly selecting somebody. 5th and a 4th, 3rd rounder in the future, a 6th and a 7th. We'll take that deal with Cleveland. We'll get a 3rd rounder in the future, get a 6th and a 7th next year as well, and trade out of this pick before we start best guessing from here. Our next pick is in the 4th round, 1 of 2. And now's the time where we just kind of go to positions of need and see what's there. I mean, there are still some guys available, but again, we didn't look at everything, but yeah, we do have those needs to fill. So quarterback, we'd be looking at anybody in the day 3 category. And if that guy didn't have F awareness, I'd be tempted. I think we can officially put it to bed that we're not getting a quarterback this year. Well, Levis is still the man for now. Defensive tackle. Combine. Sort by bench. Peter Reynolds. Now if I, let's see. So defensive tackle, we talked about needing depth. So based off of the strength, let's mark down Reynolds, Shepard, Greg McCord, and Travis Michaels. And we'll bring it back to attributes and see what we got here. Shepard. Good play recognition and awareness, decent block shedding and tackling. Potentially decent hit power. His power and finesse moves aren't that bad. Shepard's okay. Shepard's alright. Peter Reynolds. Looking kind of mid. McCord and Michaels, both the same. Yeah, if we're going to take a defensive tackle, it's Shepard. And then safeties were the other needs before we get into like fullback and secondary options. So if we look at the corners, let's identify Dominique Clinton, Trent O'Neill, Eric Clemens, Dalvin Talley, Damian Peterson. Is anybody that ran under a 4.5? 4.45, I should say. So go back to attributes for these guys. Talley. Barely play man, can barely play zone. He's out. O'Neal can barely play man, can barely play zone. He's out. Clemens. Yep, I'm noticing a theme here. I'm not a fan of any of those corners based off of what we know. For safeties, the only guy that can kind of play zone coverage is Ruben Cunningham. Decently strong, decent reps, decent agility. Awareness is kind of mid. We don't know about the catching, the tackling, the pursuit. Play recognition's not great. Zone coverage is okay. Yeah. Not a big fan there either. We might have to double check how many picks we have left. And then at strong safety, nobody can play zone that we know of. So we're not even going to bother. Definitely not finding the like successor pick at free safety, which means we will have probably a veteran fill at free safety. And then kicker. Accuracy, kick accuracy. It's really weird it doesn't show us the kick power from here. The reason why you don't show us the power from this menu? We're back to the zone and man. Did I miss him? Find out. It was a D. He had the B in play recognition though. I mean, like, in theory, you could say, like, okay, the man coverage ratings. Honestly, a fair point. He doesn't look... Oh, the press kind of ruins him, though. He's just going to get burned. He can tackle a guy. Look at him real quick. Decent agility, not the best speed. He did okay bench-wise. Can't play zone. Good at tackling. Terrible at the press. You need his awareness to be up. I'll give you that. He's interesting enough. But total question mark in a lot of ways. I see what the hell the power is for this kicker. Nope, it's just not going to tell me what the power is. But he has F awareness, so... F him, am I right? This guy has at least C awareness. So if we were to take a kicker this year, based on what we know, it would be Adam Wilson. There. Well, just based off of accuracy alone, it would be Adam Wilson as a kicker. And if we were to take a punter, it would be James Correa. But duly noted for the future about power. Power. Throw power. It is what it is. Okay, and then just to quickly scout out a potential fullback as well. Sort that by awareness. I mean... Yeah, it would probably be Gerald Bass. Favorite fast food joint. Whatever one I'm currently eating at. Look at my face, dude. Size of my head. Oh, let's see. I don't care if that guy can't carry. His blocking's inconsistent. Like Devin Knott or Joel Jackson wouldn't be that bad. But Bass is probably the top. So based off of what I'm seeing, we needed a little bit of depth at defensive tackle. I do think Shepard was all right. We're going to go for Antoine Shepard at defensive tackle to fill that need for a little bit of depth. And hope that this guy fits the bill. We got a couple other guys to look at here down the road. Welcome in, Mr. Shepard. Welcome, welcome. 53rd in true value. We get him at 106. Literally all they would have to do is just get him the voice. Defensive tackle. Clemson. Just have him say every position in every school. Done. You know, the Dolphins select defensive tackle, Clemson. You know, like, the bare minimum effort. Hidden dev for Anton Shepard with his 94 strength. Okay. Mr. Shepard. There we go. All right. Nice to get a hidden dev player in the 4th round. Very nice indeed. Welcome in, Shep, with your 94 strength. Love it. Love it, love it. That's a big pick for us. Also in the, let's see, end of the 4th round now. Let's see who's available here. It's either the corner or the free safety. Is the corner still on the board? In Turner. He is. Shits and giggles, I'll give it a try, because I didn't really like the safety either. Let's take CJ Turner. Let's take him, let's take him. Woo! Let's see if Craig's getting a dub here with CJ Turner. How about them Titans? Ladies and gentlemen, your new assistant general manager. Say hello to Craig in chat. Congratulations, Craig. You're the new AGM around these parts. Congratulations. Holy fuck. I guess we did win that challenge, right? No way. 2nd in true value at 128. Hit. Oh my God, Craig. Look at the speed. Hidden dev. Oh, he's not normal dev Barzy. Don't worry about it. Holy shit, Craig. Guess listening to chat does work sometimes. Fucking A. Yeah, here's our 1st round pick, everybody. And now we have 2 firsts next year. Holy shit. Well, that's the free safety need we needed. Because we can just move a different corner over to free safety. Holy shit, Craig. What a call. What a call. Wow. We beat that challenge for sure. That was a hell of a shout, Craig. Hell of a shout. We have back-to-back picks here in the 5th round. The only other guy that I identified as like, maybe, was that free safety in Cunningham, who was gone. So at this point, kicker, fullback, punter, how many picks do we have left? Because it might be worth trading down. Craig, though. Holy shit, dude. The vision. We're in the 5th round. We're in the 5th round. We have multiple 7ths, multiple 6ths. We can trade out of the 5th round here. We can just entirely trade out of the 5th round and go with those 6th and 7ths. So yeah, let's get out of here and talk about future dates, because, let's a little bit of research, tiny bit more research, just to see if somehow there's anybody in positions that we don't need that might be a little bit redeeming. I'm gonna use awareness as kind of the judge of like whether or not they're worth it at all. But also all positions. We only have talents that are projected for 3rd, 4th round at best now. So yeah. If we're looking at awareness then. Couple of guys with C. I mean, none of these quarterbacks look like they're going to be anything, right? Like at best, Austin Rankin or Chauncey Ware. I mean, Rankin is at least strong-armed. Deep accuracy is not great. His play action isn't great. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything at quarterback. Was there a running back who has some potential? There are quite a few guys that might have a B. Okay, so really quickly, let's do a little bit more research here then. So running back, Brompton, Bridge, Marcus Lowry, okay, Lance Marshall, Coda Mills, and Brandon Miller. To cross-reference you guys with speed, are any of you guys amongst the fastest running backs left? No. No, you are not. At best, it's Tremont Bridge as a power back. But even then, power backs can have some speed. He's not even the strongest power back. Does have good trucking and stiff arm, though. His break tackle could be good. Carrying is not... You know? Honestly, maybe. If we were to take a shout on any running back, I think it would be Tremont Bridge as a power option. Projected UDFA. Fullbacks we already talked about. Wideouts. Anybody here who might be half decent? Nobody with awareness that's even that high up there. Let alone a decent catching rating to go with it. So no other wideouts. Tight end. I mean... Nathan Sweet. Short route running sucks. Like, he might have decent hands, but his short route running really does suck. And then for this guy, we'd need his blocking to be insane. I mean, this guy is like a blocking tight end, maybe. I'm going to check his strength in a second. Tyler Hilton. I've never had a non-quarterback wideout running back. I don't remember if we have, actually. He is strong. All right, Hilton as a blocking tight end might not be the worst. Forget about that Abraham guy. Which Abraham guy? Because I've already... Oh, you're right. I don't remember what position he played, though. What position was he? I have no idea. I could sit here and sort out. I have no idea what position that guy was. So, Razor, I'm glad you remembered, but I don't remember what fucking position that guy played. Damn, this looked like a good year for the O-line, huh? Linebacker, DB. Okay, so I'll be somewhere down there. Any of these tackles, including, let's see, Angelo Christmas, Reggie Ashmore, Nico Tovar, Eric Ridley, and Brett Perry. Where were you guys ranked in terms of the combine for strength? Tovar was up there. Perry was up there. Christmas and Ward. Tovar, Perry, and we'll take Ashmore and Christmas. Okay. Couple decent left tackles, actually. That might not be worth a shout. Left guard, Jonathan Klein. You're the only guy with a half-decent bench. What the hell do your skills look like? Maybe. Centers. Any centers with a really good bench? Corey Wiener. Corey, what are those attributes looking like? E1s aren't bad. All right. I mean, there are some linemen now that we could just kind of... you know, take a shot at here instead of trading down. Right guard. Colin Leonhard. The Lionheart. Pass block power. Good lead block, good impact. I mean, he's a shot in the dark, but he's not the worst. Definitely a couple of O linemen to be like, do we want to take the chance or just trade the pick away? And then right tackle, Derek Burgess. Pass block finesse is pretty bad, but his power is okay. All right, I mean, a couple of O linemen to maybe take a shot on, right? Then really quickly, attributes for left end. Anybody with a decent awareness to start? Two guys in a B. Virgil and Route. Virgil at least has the power moves. Like, if he has a decent power rating. Yeah. I mean, he's fast, though. He's fast, but has good power moves, but his strength isn't great. But maybe. And plus, his name is Virgil, featuring Ted DiBiase. Right end side, nobody with a decent awareness left. Defensive tackle, one dude, Greg McCord, who we looked at earlier. Not impressed. Linebackers, Ian Messina and Ramon Bowden. Is this where Abraham was? Yeah, there's Abraham at the bottom. I tell by some of the grades. Good man and zone coverage for Messina. Everything else kind of sucks. Honestly, Messina and Bowden both look decent. They both do. And then honestly, I'm a little bit worried. Honestly, I don't even think we have to go for Abraham because of the strength of somebody else. I'm worried about his awareness. Honestly, maybe we look at him too. We could combine Bowden and Messina, right? It'd be the perfect linebacker. 22 out of North Texas. He's fast. Another coverage linebacker, man. That's the whole draft. The whole draft. Middle linebacker. Holy shit, the awarenesses. Okay. Nobody that's particularly great at coverage at this time. Means we need to look for guys half decent tackling grades. Not feeling that there. And then right side, 4 dudes who could be decent. Tucker Roth. Play recognition is pretty bad. As a coverage option, though, not the worst. And this guy at the top, Colt Hayden, also, again, as a coverage option, because they all are. It's insane. Really quickly for corners. Nobody with a super high-end awareness anymore. Like Marco Hunter has good man coverage and catching. This guy can't catch, but he has got good man coverage, good press, good tackling. Maybe Oscar Crowder, fucking 6'5" corner. So I'm gonna double check what the trade downs would be, but for the most part, I think we kind of have our targets. Yeah, okay, we have our targets for everywhere. What would it be to trade down here from the 5th round? We might as well just take the shots. Okay. We might as well take the shots. There's a lot of linemen. There's a lot of linebackers. We do still need a fullback, kicker, punter. That can be later. A lot of different picks. Craig, who did you like? We had a running back, a tight end, plenty of linemen, plenty of linebackers, and a 6'5" corner. A defensive end in Virgil. Craig, were you paying attention? Otherwise, I'll let other people in chat take a shot if they want. If they were paying attention, that is. Craig wants Abraham. Let's do it. His awareness was bad. It was. But is he your guy? I mean, we're just taking shots in the dark here at this point anyway. Craig, is this your card? In Tavares Abraham? YOLO, he says. Tavares Abraham! That's right, Roger. You don't say a fucking word. We also have back-to-back picks, so it's not a big deal. Baffle! Baffle! Sweet, beautiful Baffle! Baffle, how is the stream? Welcome in. You missed it. Old Craig here in chat just got us the steal of a lifetime. Tavares Abraham is not that. But yeah, we got ourselves the steal of a lifetime a few moments ago. How'd the stream go, my friend? How'd it go? How'd it go? Are you still on the colleges? You were on Madden? Ooh. Ugh, it's a horrible game. Abraham, normal dev. Okay. Yeah, he was worth a shot. He was worth a shot. Insane fit, right? We do have another pick here. You know what, Baffle? Because of the raid, I'm going to give you a choice. We're at the part of the draft where we're just throwing darts. So I'm giving you a lot of options, all right? Running back, tight end, any O-line position, defensive end, left or right outside linebacker, or corner. You had to choose one position. Out of the 17 I just threw at you, do you know what you'd choose? Don't worry about team needs, nothing. Just dart at the board here in the 5th round. What do you got for us? Play the new Fortnite. I've heard some good things. Always love a good tight end. There you go. Let's go. If he's still there, he will be because it's back-to-back picks. It's our boy, Ty Hilton. Come on down, Tyler Hilton. He is a blocking type tight end, but that's okay. Thank you, Roger, for such great words. He's got words. He's got the best words. Oh, you think you were going to get drafted by the Dolphins? What the fuck is that? Oof. Well, at least it's a hell of a fit. That dart hit him right between the eyes. The blocking tight end, Tyler Hilton. Drops easy catches. He's not great. That's okay. The unshout out button. Again, blocking type tight end. He could be the fullback. He could be. Oh shit, I didn't even notice we had pick 144. Was Phillips the left end I wanted? No. Jones, Virgil was the left end we were tempted to take. Okay. Why is our tight end bow-legged? Because he's just so fucking manly. He's so fucking manly. All right. Let's see. We got running back, lineman. Napster likes the look of Messina. Let's see. Napster likes the look of Messina, son of a Yankees pitcher. Let's take Ian Messina. We'll hope for the best. Why not? We're throwing darts, baby. We're throwing darts. You know it's bad when they have to say he played power forward in high school. Baffle as always, man. Appreciate the, appreciate. I know it's Messina as opposed to Messina. Look, I'm trying to give him a backstory, Hulk. Let me have this. Oof. Well, not much of a backstory. Unlike the man that at 128 we took who was second in true value. Yikes for Ian Messina. We're moving on. We are moving on. All right. Let us lock down our special teams here, and then we'll look at other people. So the kicker that we wanted was Wilson, who was still there. Let's take Adam Wilson with this pick to address that need. And we'll see if he's better. I do find that 6'5" corner interesting. I do. But let's try the kicker here. We do got to focus on team needs. Come on, Adam Wilson. Come on down. Oh, look at that. Almost has Titan colors already. What a beauty. Well, we, yep, 86 kick power. You know, he might be okay. He might be. Let's not give up on him yet. And then pick number 190 is that punter. Is Ball State finally dead? Time will tell. Time will tell. Let's take the punter that we wanted, James Correa, out of Arizona. Mr. Correa, come on down, Hassicus. Oh. You never know. Never say never. Is it chilly in the room? He always wears this jacket. All right, Correa, let's hope you can kick a football, baby. 105 in true value. We got him at 190. Okay. 88 kick power. He's got some okay. Okay, we might have cooked on special teams. We might have. And then last but not least, we actually have a couple of picks here in the 7th. We need our primary fullback target was Bass. And there he is. Let's take Gerald Bass. That's my favorite food. Probably pizza, man. Goddamn pizza. And now I am a part of a family that makes pizza on a near weekly basis every Friday. And it's fucking delicious. Goddamn. All right, Mr. Bass, our new fullback. 66th in true value. We got him at 193. Okay, we got a half-decent fullback. We got a hidden dev fullback. Let's go. The hidden dev fullback, Gerald Bass. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Fucking 88 speed with A carrying. Fuck a fullback. This guy's Jerome Bettis Jr. Woo. He can't stiff arm worth a shit, though, or truck anybody, but he has good carrying. Let's go. All right. Well, we've ended this draft on a high note, and we still have a chance for 2 outside picks. Is that corner, the 6'5" corner, Crowder, still here? He is not. Somebody took him. Okay, there is no Crowder. Is the power back Bridge still here? He is not. He is gone. Okay. Is the center Wiener still here? No, they took my Wiener. What about left outside linebacker Bowden? He's gone too. Son of a bitch. They're dropping like flies. Right side, Roth and Hayden are both still there. What about the right tackle, Burgess? Burgess is still there. Old Lionheart's gone. What about the left guard, Klein? Klein's still there. And then we got Christmas. We got Tovar and Perry. There's Tovar and there's Perry. Okay. Well, we got 2 linebackers and a shitload of offensive linemen. I mean, Roth was projected to go day 3. Let's take Tucker Roth with this pick. Come on, Tucker. Tucker Roth. Come on. Day 3. Give it up for day 3. Projected pick. Tucker Roth. Tucker. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. You'll let me down. At least he's fast. Not great. And that brings us, last but not least, to our final pick in the 2024 draft. Oh boy. Oh boy. You brought me down. Aiden is still there. Burgess is still there. Both projected to be UDFAs. They're both 22. The left guard, Klein, 22, UDFA. Left tackle, Christmas is 23. Kovar is 23. Perry's 22. All right. Well, it's either going to be another linebacker or a lineman. If it's a lineman, Perry. How strong were you? Look at the combine. Perry with those 36 on the bench. What was it for Klein? 37. What a man. And what about Burgess? We're going for the guard. Johnny Klein out of Maryland. Our final pick of the draft, just for shits and giggles. Take the big, strong boy. The big, strong boy. To end a, frankly, wild draft. We traded down from 10th overall. Oh, what a fit. We traded down from 10th overall. We got 2 future first-round picks from the Texans. We get the steal of all steals in the 4th round. And, well, Johnny Klein, not going to do much for us, but that's okay. Honestly, pretty crazy draft. Pretty crazy draft.